Shalom, let's give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, and of honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us his word. I just came across this article out of Russia today. It's called LA Fires Worse Than Nuclear Strike. And that's what Trump said. But yeah, maybe, one strike, but scriptures describe 200 million missiles are going to touch down. So in this photo, it's going to be much worse than what you see in this photo. Scriptures describe it as a desert. You can turn this place into a giant desert. Like right here in this photo, you still see trees standing, burnt trees. Still see some of the structures, some wooden planks still standing up. A couple of houses still standing up. You see the concrete. They say concrete doesn't burn, but after the 200 million missiles strike down, there's not going to be more concrete anywhere. It's just going to be a big flat desert. So this is just what, one strike may look like, but the other fires are worse, but it's going to be a million times worse. This was dated yesterday, January 14th, 2025. It says U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has compared the devastation of the Los Angeles wildfires to a nuclear attack, warning that the death toll may rise in the coming days. He criticized California's leadership, particularly State Governor Gavin Newsom, suggesting that mismanagement has exacerbated the crisis. There's been a lot more death tolls. I've been finding bodies on these houses from the people who didn't, evacuate. Before, I think it was just like 5 bodies, last week. And now it's up to 24 lives. It says all the wildfires that began last week in Southern California have claimed at least 24 lives, burned more than 40,000 acres, 12,000 structures. Last week it was just 1,000 structures. Now it's up to 12,000, leveling entire neighborhoods, man. So yes, part of the visitation of the Lord, man. Just the beginning of sorrows, man. Trump is considering paying a personal visit to Southern California to survey the damage caused by the fires. Wildfires caused losses of between 250 billion and 275 billion, So yeah, man, it's a lot of damage, man. But that's not going to be compared to the damage, that these missiles are going to bring. But with the first scriptures, Revelation 9:15, and the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. It's talking about Esau, man. You have the sons of God, sons of the Most High. You have the sons of man, which sons of the power, which are the Israelites. And you have the sons of man, which are these other nations. You have the heathens, and then you have the sons of the wicked, which are Esau and the Edomites. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them, 200,000. Yeah, it's 200 million nuclear missiles, man. So you just compare this destruction to just one missile. Or, just one, nuclear strike. Well, the scriptures talk about 200 million that are going to touch down, man. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of jaggeth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire. and smoke and brimstone. Yeah, so John is describing the warhead, man, the actual missile, having a breastplate of fire, and the heads of horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issue fire. Yeah, that warhead, man, because you have a bunch of other missiles within the warhead. Is that the ICBM missile? That's just what carries, those warheads. And the warhead opens up, and more missiles come out of that. By these three was a third part of men killed by fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. Yeah, you saw those warheads opening up and those other missiles coming out. That's where the power is. That's where the destruction lies, within the warhead, not the actual ICBM missile. That's just what carries the warhead from one continent to the other. Intercontinental ballistic missile. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Yeah, the power was in their mouth. Warhead. That's where the destruction comes out of. Next scripture is Isaiah 34:8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become a burning pitch. Yeah, all the rivers, everything is going to dry up. So right now you still have lakes and rivers in LA. So this was just small damage compared to the day of the Lord, man. When all of America is going to be destroyed. It shall not be quenched day nor night. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation, it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it ever and ever. Yeah, no one's ever going to inhabit, this land, America, ever again, man. And that smoke is going to be so bad, it's going to rise up for a very long time, man. As a memorial of this place. Next scripture is Isaiah 13:19. In Babylon, in the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So this is talking about, great Babylon the Great, known as America. Most High is going to take it down the way he took down Sodom and Gomorrah, with fire from heaven, Shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's talk about in this time, man. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And the owl shall dwell there, and satire shall dance there. Yeah, so just desert creatures are going to be the only things that inhabit this land. It's going to turn into a big, wide desert, man, from the east coast to the west coast. Yeah, the stream shall be turned into pitch. All the rivers are going to dry up. And all but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there. Yeah, so no one's going to fly over America. No one's going to visit America ever again. America's never going to get built up again, man. It's going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah. All that sulfur from that nuclear destruction, that radiation is going to permeate into the ground, and all, so you won't be able to grow here anyway. Just like in Sodom and Gomorrah, you could never inhabit Sodom and Gomorrah ever again. And America's going to be the same way. And the wild beasts of the land shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Yeah, we're at that time right now, man. The time is here to come, man. Babylon the Great. Time is almost up. But last scripture is just describing the missiles. Joel 2 and 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, nothing shall escape them. Yeah, so before these missiles hit, it's as the Garden of Eden. You have some beautiful places here. You have some beautiful forests, wildlife preservations up north in California, up there in Washington. You have some beautiful areas. Lots of flowers, trees, vegetation, animals. It's not, the whole land isn't, a concrete jungle. So it says, behind a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame of burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. So after these missiles touch down, it's going to be just a gigantic, desert, and nothing shall escape them, man. Nothing. But yeah, I just wanted to, describe how America's really going to look like, after a nuclear disaster, after the Most High's, you know, after his indignation is let loose on this place, man. Because you can see this isn't really, you still got things standing. You still got some trees, some palm trees that are burnt up, but they're still standing. But after that destruction, man, ain't gonna be no concrete. Ain't gonna be nothing left, man. But a big desert creatures, man, that are gonna roam this place. Yeah, so with that, shalom.